Hi, this is Rock. We're going to be looking at Isformula, Islogical, and Isnumber. So, Isformula. Isformula is a function that comes back with true or false based on whether the reference cell is a formula or contains a formula or not. Let's say, for example, I have apple and apple, but in this case, we're going to say equals E6. So we have two versions of apple here. One says the actual word apple, and this one says equals E6. So in here we can say Isformula and refer to this. It's false. It's not a formula. But if we say the same thing, for this, it's true. So that's as simple as that. It just tells you whether or not you're seeing an actual apple or if you're not comparing apples to apples. Let's see, we've got Islogical next. And what a logical is a formula that returns a true or false. So let's do a few things here. We'll say and 2 equals 2 and 3 plus 4 equals 7. So that came back as true. Let's say average 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that comes back as 4. And let's say Isformula, and we'll ask if this is a formula, which is, as we know, true. Let's do an if statement. If this equals that, then give us the apple. Otherwise, give us this number. Let's do the Islogical test here. Is this logical? Or is it a logical formula in that cell? And that is true. So, and is a logical because it comes back with true or false. That's an easy one. If we say is logical and we ask if this average that we had put in H7 is a logical, that is false. Average is not a logical. It doesn't come back with true or false. This one, we should know, comes back as a logical just given that we see that it says true. We can say is logical, and it's true. How about the if statement though? It is a logical as in it comes back with if true then this, if false then that. So let's see. And we click on this and it's false. So this if is not considered a logical even though it uses true and false as arguments. When things use true and false as arguments but they don't return true or false themselves, they are not considered a logical formula. They can be logical, but they're just not called a logical formula. Now let's try Isnumber. This one is quite logical itself. Let's say Isnumber, get that. Is true a number? False. Isnumber that. That's true. That makes sense. Then let's try down here. Isnumber that. That's false. But what if I delete this? Then this returned a 4, which made it true. So you see how this Isnumber can come in handy. And that's it. That's Isformula, Islogical, and Isnumber. Next we'll be looking at Istext and Isnontext. See you then.